understand. It's one thing to understand a concept, but applying the application correctly is another story on its own. People only look at charts around the 25th when they get paid. They blow by the 30th, and by the 1st, there's no one talking about Forex. Till 25th, again, everyone's showing charts. You can understand a strategy for the longest period of time, but your big breakthrough won't happen until you have the discipline. If you don't have it, you will fail.
Yo, what's up guys, it's Nqobile Tembane from Top Traders South Africa, and I'm bringing you guys another installment of Market Masters, where I sit down with the most talented and prominent traders in the game. And today I am sitting down with Marcellino FX. that surname dribbles me, but Vallihu. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good in yourself, bro.
I'm great. I'm so grateful to have you here with us today.
Thanks, bro. Happy to be here.
100%. I think definitely today's conversation is probably one that's going to be for the books. Primarily because you are in the prop firm space, but you've been in the prop firm space. You didn't just come yesterday.
No, definitely. I've been trading prop firms for a while.
Yeah, and obviously we know that prop firms currently are like trending. Everyone's getting, because in SA we don't have the funding.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's just in SA, just internationally. Just getting that additional
boosting funds, definitely.
Yeah, it helps out. But apart from that, how are you doing today?
Can't complain, brother. Your side?
Nah, I'm great.
Good.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. So let's just talk about prop firms. Let's start off with prop firms. Whatnot. You've been at it since 20...
I think it was 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so just post-COVID.
2021 or 2022, early 2022, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
How
did you even stumble upon it?
So, I was basically, I think I was on YouTube and I saw an ad. And then, those ads that come up, you do not have enough money, we'll fund you. So I'm like, this is great. So
you didn't think at any point it was a scam?
No, I did some research on it. And at that time, FTMO was big. Not big, but they were one of the few brands that were outstanding at that time. So I basically did some research on them, bought a prop firm, thought that's going to be it, bought it and failed instantly. Failed instantly.
Do you remember why you failed?
It's because of how I trade my normal accounts, my personal accounts. So to make 10% on a normal account, like if you fund your own personal account, it's not that difficult. So I went through that mindset, but of course I wasn't taking into consideration the drawdown rule, etc. So there's just no risk management at all.
It just slapped you.
I thought I'm just gonna make one trade, pass first stage, second stage, gone. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
So how did you progress through the... So you said you bought the first challenge and you failed. Was it the first phase or second phase? Or
First phase. I think it was the first day. It was the first day I failed. Failed instantly.
You didn't even get far.
I didn't get far. In fact, I failed a few. Because that time there wasn't a lot of knowledge regarding prop firms and stuff. So only after a while then I realized, okay, I have to manage my risk. I have to risk a certain amount per account or per trade. And then eventually I got the hang of it, and then that's when I started passing a few. Passing a few,
Before we continue with today's episode, let's talk about some of the most common trading rituals and superstitions. Some days are more favorable for trading than others. There's a specific time of the year that affects trading for other reasons other than economic or political ones. It's better not to trade on Mondays. It's better not to trade on Fridays. Better not to trade in December. Well, luckily nowadays, you do not only need to put your trust in unjustified superstitions, but on the obvious facts and information available to you with Octa Space. Octa has made huge strides in the trading industry, where you can quickly analyze the market news and insights right in the app and start trading by using Octa Trader. Octa Space gives a seamless transition from learning into trading. You can do all the following in one app: insights in real time, pattern analysis, technical and fundamental analysis, educational tips, a quick flow to turn an idea into a trade. It may be difficult to start something new by yourself, but it's easier if you're in a community of like-minded people. Octa Space can help with that. You can read posts, analyze them, and also put up reactions. The Octa Trading app is user-friendly and available on the App Store, Google Play Store, and a web version. And don't forget, use the promo code MarketMaster for 100% bonus on your deposit. Try Octa Space today. No, that's beautiful. But before, definitely we'll get back to the prop firm conversation a bit. But you're here today, I really want to dive into your story a little bit more, where you started. Before Forex, just want to get to know who you are and how was it growing up, and where did you grow up?
So I'm formerly from Durban. Yeah. As I mentioned, I was born and raised in Durban. Matriculated in 2012. And then went on to university, got my degree, I think it was like 2021. And I've always been like ambitious, like always wanted the most of life. So I'll never settle for like a salary. While I was studying, I was working as a stylist in C Squared. And even there it was commission based. So I was always ready to push for, money. Like I don't want to just settle for a set amount. So from there, I got my degree. I then got offered a job in discovery, in sales. I was doing pretty well there. And then saved up some capital. And then I started a logistics company. Right? And I think this was when I was around 23, 24. Started a logistics company, bought horses and trailers. Was doing that. So I was just dabbling in everything. So at that point, I was selling insurance. I had the trucks. I was also importing and selling suits at that time, because I still had clients from C Squared. Okay. When I was studying, right? So I was doing that. And then I dabbled into Forex. It also came about. So started doing that. That's when I started playing around with it, I was put onto signal groups, started making money, losing money. But when I'd make money, I'd make a decent amount of money. And at the time, I wasn't trading like really small accounts. I was able to find like 5 grand, 6 grand at the time, because of course I had other sources of income. You understand? So when I was making money, I was making a decent amount of money, like 20K, 40K, stuff like that. But of course, I was also taking losses, because I had no skill, no knowledge. I just know, okay, buy is up, sell is down. Let's see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? But I think the times where I made money, it made me believe and see that, listen, there is lots of potential in this industry, because based on the amount of work I was putting in the other things I was doing, right? Yes, I'd make money, but for the time that it'll take to make that money was nothing compared to how quick I can make money on this side and the effort, you know what I mean? And what was nice about Forex, it was just based on myself and the market, right? Opposed to like sales, where I must try and sell you something. If you don't buy it, then I don't make money, you understand? Yeah. So that's when I decided just to invest more into Forex. I bought courses. I did AstroFX and I did QBank's course. Oh, okay. So this was at this time I was still, of course, working at my business and stuff. Then after I do gain that knowledge from those courses, that's when I decided that, you know what, there's more room for growth in this industry. I'm just going to focus on this.
So what happened to the logistics company?
I sold my trucks. I resigned from work and I started pushing Forex full time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so I hear you did the AstroFX course, you did the QBank's course. Yeah. Obviously, we know now there are ways to get the courses and whatnot, but just overall, at the time,
no, I paid for it, bro.
Yeah, you paid. No, I'm aware you paid for. You paid for it at the time when you paid for it. Why was it necessary for you to go get an international course?
So I did a lot of courses locally. Oh, okay. Those 1,000 courses, 1,500 courses. I'm not saying they don't work. They just never worked for me. It's just because I never find structure in the courses. You know, it was just the course that I've done was just a trend line, look to buy. Then I tried that, I'd fail. So I tried a few things. I tried signals, courses and stuff, but it never worked for me. So at that point, Astro was the biggest in the trading industry. So I was like, if I really want to do this, you know, I need to invest. Just like anything. and then saved up money, bought the Astro course, did that a bit. Well, in fact, I did it thoroughly. I sat in front of the charts for hours and hours and hours. And then I moved on to Astro after that. So the thing about Astro and even QBank's course, Wall Street Academy, they give you the correct tools when it comes to trading. Right? All the tools are there that I need. However, there's no strategy per se. So it took me a long time to use their tools to create a strategy for myself, right? And because the course is like a pre-recorded, I could understand what they're saying, right? However, my application wasn't correct at a lot of the times, and no one was there to correct me. You understand? It's one thing to understand a concept, but applying the application correctly is another story on its own. So I'll understand what to support, but a lot of the time the market wasn't moving up from a support. It's not because the support doesn't work, it's because the way I was applying it was incorrect. So it took me a lot of hours on the charts just to, get that spot on all of the different tools that I use now when it comes to my trading.
Yeah, that's actually really important, the application. When you speak about applications, just like we overlook that. I think a lot of people tend to just want to chase just the strategy.
Yeah.
And apply the strategy.
Yeah.
But the application of the strategy also,
yeah.
There's a whole lot that goes behind it, correct?
Definitely, 100%, 100%.
Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you did that, and then when do you start making money? Because obviously you sold your trucks, so you had quite a bit of money.
Yeah, 100%. I had some money. I had some money from the stuff that I had. So a lot of that money was in that trial and error phase that I was telling you about now, where it's making sense, but I'm not applying it correctly. So I lost a lot of money during that time. I lost a lot of money, right? Until I stopped trading money. I stopped trading money, and I just used to analyze the market. And I think that's when I grew most as a trader, is when I wasn't actually taking a trade, right? I wasn't even trading demo, right? I'd never traded demo, but I would just analyze the market day in, day out, and I'd literally sleep at 4 a.m., wake up at 7 a.m. I fell in love with just trying to figure out what is this thing going to do now. And I think that's for me when that big shift happened for me in my trading. Was around the end of 2019, I think. That's when I really said, okay, cool, I really love what I'm doing now. And that's when everything started just to falling in place, basically.
Yeah. Wasn't that frustrating, trading and not trading, but just analyzing and not placing trades?
Surprisingly it wasn't, because I know where I'm coming from in the past. That's why it never worked. So I'm just trying to figure out why didn't it work in the past. And then as this thing, I know when it comes time for me to fund, I'm going to be much more confident, much more better in my trading. And I think that's when it was middle of 2020. So all of this that I'm speaking about now happened towards, I think, the end of 2019. And for 6 months, 6 or 7 months, it was just me analyzing the charts. And then that's when I was just posting setups and stuff. And then I just started a free signal group, and people would make money, more money than I would make, just taking signals. And that's when basically everything just started falling into place.
That's great. Okay, so now the thing is, I'm just trying to understand, so you say that was the shift, right? That you deciding that, hey, look, actually, I can't be losing money. I need to stop and then just focus. And then now, after you put yourself through that whole trial in your life, what happens from there? I know you said around 2020, that's when things started to come together. So based on the chart, that's when things started to come together, right? So remember, from that end of 2019 till the beginning of 2020, right? I was trading small accounts, but then what happened was we had that lockdown. That lockdown happened and stuff. So I knew that there was bills that had to be sorted, and that needed to come from somewhere. You understand? So I wouldn't invest all the money that I had saved up, whatever the case is. I'd keep most of it because I'm not as confident at that point, you understand? I still need to build my confidence. So then I'll find small amounts, 500 and 600 and small amounts, and make, double the account, whatever the case is. And then slowly that 500 became 2,000. That 2,000 became thing. And I remember that point was hard for me, because when I was trading before with no knowledge, I was trading with 5,000, 6,000, as I mentioned. You understand? But I knew I had to tone it down, I had to relax, because what will happen is, when you're trading with a big account,
you're focusing on the money. You're not focusing on the move of the market. So if you buy now and it goes up 5K, you'll close it because it's 5K. But then I'm not trusting my analysis, because my analysis is telling me this is going to continue moving to the upside. But because my emotions will get the better of me, I'll cut myself short. So with the smaller amounts, it helped me because the money never really excited me at that point, because I was trading bigger amounts in the past. So I was just trusting my setups. So 500 Rand won't really excite me that much, you understand? And that's how I was able to basically just become more confident in my strategy. And then slowly I started increasing now that 500, as I mentioned, to larger amounts.
So the decision to scale up now, where does it come from, or how did you implement the scaling up, obviously? Because now you say you're starting at 500. Now when does the decision come? So now I need to do 2,000.
So it was when I was consistently profitable for a while on the 500. And what would happen is, like, let's just say last week, let's just say I made 4 grand. All right. Then I'd risk maybe 1,000 Rand the next week. Then the next week, let's say I dropped that 1,000 Rand to 500. I'll go back to 500 Rand. The week after, I'm back at 4,000 Rand. Profit. Then I'll risk 1,000 Rand again. Then I'll make, let's just say, another 6,000. Then I'll go up again. So I knew when to pick it up and when to drop it down, just based on that.
That's skill right there. That's like an edge right there.
It was discipline, but I was also just in love with just the movement of the market. I wasn't, at that point, I knew that eventually it's going to give me money, but I was just so in love with the actual chart work. Like, even now, I can sit for hours just looking at a chart. For me, that's the biggest thing. If you don't enjoy chart work, it might not be for you. But in order to love chart work, you have to put in the time. No one starts off saying, I just love the charts. You go there for money, but eventually you fall in love with the charts, you understand? But chart work is key. Work is key.
Sounds like obviously there's a passion behind it.
No, definitely. A very big passion. And
it's like falling in love with the market.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you touched on discipline right there in the conversation. I really want to talk about discipline a little bit more, because I know to be a prop firm trader requires a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline. Like discipline that a majority of South African traders don't really have.
Yeah, definitely.
And I want us to talk to those guys as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I know discipline really, I think it became a selling point as well. Come, I'll teach you how to be disciplined. It's just like, how do you teach someone?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so what was your approach to being disciplined?
Even up to now, as a trader, you'll always struggle with discipline.
Okay.
Right? Well, that's what I believe, right? I don't believe that there's once, like now you understand discipline, you're good. You know what I mean? There's always times that you get tempted to do stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. It's just something you're going to have to work on. And that's why you can understand a strategy for the longest period of time, but your big breakthrough won't happen until you have the discipline. You understand? Knowing when to stop trading, when you're going to trade, and when to step away from the charts. It's extremely important. And that's something that you have to develop on your own. People can guide you, tell you this is what you need to do, how you need to do it. But if you don't have it, you're not applying it on your own. It's going to make it very hard, especially, as you mentioned, in the prop firm space. Discipline is extremely important, man. If you don't have it, you will fail. You will fail. You may get out you may take out profit now and then, but in the long run, you won't last. You will not last. You will not
due
last.
to the lack of discipline.
The lack of discipline, You can pass phase 1 in one day, whatever the case. Eventually, you'll blow that account. You will blow that account. And that's also whether it's prop firm trading or just personal trading on your own account. If you don't have discipline,
What does discipline actually look like on a daily basis? In your life during that period, what was it looking like? Can you give us like a practical...
At that point when I started or now?
Then and now, actually. Or how it's evolved, actually. Take it from there to now.
As I mentioned, right, I was very confident in my trading now because, I'm starting to do well. So that's when, when you get overconfident, you take too many wins, that's when you throw discipline out the window. Because you're so confident, you're so cocky in the market. So, of course, I was making profits, as I mentioned, on those small accounts. When I saw this opportunity for the prop firms, I'm like, I'm going to kill this thing. Because if I take a 500 account to 4K within a week, imagine what I'm going to do to this 100K account. You understand? So I went into that mentality, and then I saw that that whole game is a total different game. Like in the prop firm space, personally, you can't be risking more than 0.5% per trade. Because as much as you have 100K funding, you only have 10,000. You only have $10,000. You need to understand that, right? The amount that they say is your max drawdown, that's how much you can trade with. The rest is just leverage. Understand? You don't have a 100K account. You got a 10K account if you passed 100K, because that's all you can trade for.
That's correct.
You understand? And now if you're going to risk 2% per trade, you only got 5 shots. And there's a possibility you can get all 5 trades wrong in the thing. It happens.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
People that don't know trading will say, that's impossible. Trust me. You can get 5 trades wrong in a row. Then you lost your account. Opposed to having, if you're trading 0.5, right, you get like 20 trades. Even then, you can still fail. You can still fail.
Yeah.
You understand? But provided your risk and reward is 1:3, that's what I use. Your probability of passing is much higher. Right? Trading is based on probability. Probability straight. So try and make the probability in your favor as a trader, not in the market's favor.
Yeah. So you speaking on probabilities and trying to push them to your favor, obviously. How does one get those? Obviously, it's through analyzing the markets, correct?
Analyzing the market, but also be careful with the trades you take.
Okay.
Right? Like for me, I have 5 confluences that I use before I take the trade.
Okay.
Right? If all 5 confluences don't align, I don't take the trade.
Yeah.
Right? Now, with that 5 confluence strategy that I use, my risk and reward is 1:3, meaning for every $100 I'm risking, I potentially want to gain $300. Right? So even if I take 4 trades, right, and I get 3 wrong, I'm down $300. But the 4th trade I take, I'll make $300. So I make my whole capital back, right? So you don't have to be right all the time, provided that the numbers are placed in your favor in terms of the trades you're taking. If you're risking 1, you need to gain 3. Else it doesn't make business sense to take a trade. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So I just try to implement that in my trading at all times.
Yeah, you're speaking on confluences.
Yeah.
Can you just touch for those who don't know, who might not know what a confluence is?
So confluences is basically different confirmations basically you'll use when you're taking a trade. So some people trade off just support and resistance. Some people trade off just psychological levels. Some people trade off just off the fib. Some people just trade candlesticks, right? And yes, they do work, or they can work. However, your probability of getting a trade corrected will be much higher if all 5 confluences align, opposed to just relying on one. Right? Because it's 5 different independent strategies that are telling you the same thing, opposed to just relying on one. So only once I see 5 confluences, that's when I'll enter a trade. And I can still get a trade wrong. I can still get a trade wrong. But my probability of getting it right will be much higher, opposed to me just relying on 1 or 2 confluences. Yeah. You understand? So yeah, that's what basically confluences are.
Okay. No, that's cool. So you're basically looking at 5. So in other words, what you're saying is that you're trading 5 strategies. In other words, but obviously it's confluences.
Yeah. That all basically came into one that I created one strategy of. Yeah.
Let's talk about strategy because, earlier on you touched on how the courses you did didn't give you a strategy. Yeah. It's something that you had to figure out yourself.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, it's what actually went into you building a strategy for yourself? Because I think a lot of people are really chasing the next strategy. Yeah, definitely. And what happens with that is that you come right now and you already have your own strategy and you're going to give it to the next person, but you have built the strategy for yourself and your own personality fits 100%. It. And that person is probably like a conservative person when it comes to trading. And you're probably a little bit more aggressive than this. And it's going to frustrate the next person. Because I think that's why so many people are not getting it right. Because the strategy just doesn't match.
I think that's the problem when everyone wants to change the strategy. That's the problem.
Okay.
Right? If they try this for 1 week, doesn't work, they go to the next strategy. That doesn't work, they come back to the strategy. Then you post a win. Oh, let me try this guy's strategy. That guy takes a loss. You in that loss because you took a signal. Then you go back to that guy. You keep on jumping. You understand?
Yeah.
Every strategy works, provided that it's a structured strategy, right? Not buy now, sell now, this, that. No. Provided we're looking for A, B, C. If we take it, we take the trade. If you continue doing that, the numbers will play in your favor. Every strategy works, provided it's structured. But people just jump from A, B, C. They want to learn. No disrespect to like ICT stuff. And people just complicate trading. Trading is easy. Price is moving up, creating high highs, higher lows, look for a buy. Wait for price to come to a support, execute the trade. Simple. You don't have to worry about, I'm going to trade like a bank and this and that. They just sound nice. It's just nice to sell those things. But you don't need that, man. The basic stuff works. You can see a support works. You can see bullish engulfing works. So if you can see that, just use that and make sense of it. Don't try to think that there's some magic thing that you can find. No, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work like that. Else you'll keep on being chasing strategies for the rest of your life.
That's all you'll do. And never see proper money in the market.
And you'll never see a thing. 100%. You can see when a strategy is bullshitting or it's not. You can backtest it and see it. 100%.
By backtesting.
Yeah, by backtesting you can see it. Right? If you can see if it's working, if it worked in the past. So if you backtested it and you see this worked multiple times, then stick to that strategy. There's no reason for you to change it now. So provided you've backtested it, you saw on the market it worked. I saw it did this, it came to this level. If I executed a buy, I would have made money. Scroll back, did this, yes, I would have made money. Scroll back, did this multiple times, look at multiple pairs. If you see it's worked multiple times, what makes you think it won't work when you place a trade? Because it worked in the past. So there's a high probability it'll work again. You understand? So that's what people need to do. Just stick to a strategy, be consistent, and it will pay, provided that you backtest it and you see that it works.
So you would say that's a way of mastering one's own strategy.
100%. 100%. Backtesting is very important.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So my question actually, going back to the question I was asking, is that how did you build your strategy? Like what went into you building your own strategy?
So as I mentioned, when I learned Astro and stuff, there's a lot of different tools that they've taught me. However, like one of the major steps that I teach is structure and trading with the direction of the market. Now, in Astro or in other courses that I did, they never really teach me. That's what will happen. I'll see a resistance, I'll see a psychological level, and I'll sell. And the market will go against me. But the reason why the market went against me is because structure was bullish overall. So instead of looking for a sell, I should have been looking for a buy, meaning I should have waited for price to come to a support and taken that buy because the momentum was pushing up, right? So all of that took a lot of time for me to like figure out, okay, cool, this is why the market went up because overall it's bullish. And yes, I got so many confluences, but the main thing was the direction of the market was bullish. I was supposed to be trading in that direction. So stuff like that took time. Even with the fib levels, there's multiple fib levels. The reason why I don't take the 38.2 and stuff is because my risk and reward won't make sense. So I need to wait for a deeper retracement. So all of that just does trial, error. So that took a while for me to basically buckle and say, okay, cool, this is how I'll be trading. I've backtested it, I've mastered it, and I'll only be trading the setup. If I don't see the setup, I won't take a trade. So if you look at all of my analysis on social media, all my trades are exactly the same. Exactly the same. Sometimes I'll throw you off and I'll just add something that I don't really use. But if you look at most of my trades, it's very, very clean. All of them come to my fib retracement zone, my 61.8, 78.6. I wait for candlestick confirmation, I execute the trade. End of story. Simple.
No, you're not trying to complicate it.
Not trying to complicate it. Because I did complicate it in the past and I wasn't profitable. I was trying to learn so many things, this, that. Before, of course, I did Astro. And also it didn't work for me. So there's no reason to continue complicating it. No, we're here just to make money. So if a simple thing makes me money, why I'm going to do something hard?
Yeah.
Understand? Doesn't make sense.
That is correct. Yeah. So let's go back to the prop firm conversation for a bit.
Yeah.
What is the best approach? Because you've been doing this for a couple of years now. What is the best approach when doing Can we break down the first challenge, the first step before getting funded? Like, what has been your approach when you get to?
So, my approach now and what I advise my students is, see, when I started prop firms, there was a lot of different rules. So one of the rules was that you're going to have to do it within 30 days.
Yeah.
Right. And 30 days meant only 20 trading days. So from the time you take your first trade, within 30 days, you need to pass. If you don't pass, if you don't make the target, you fail. Right. So what that would do at that time was it'll put pressure on you now. Because you find, okay, shit, my language. There's 4 days gone now, only have 16 days to trade. So that'll make you take trades that you don't really see because, of course, you're chasing that time, trying to pass it within that time. So that was something that was really hard. But now I find that because the prop firm space is so competitive now, that most of the prop firms took that rule away. There's unlimited time. So be very patient with it, right? Don't trade prop firm with the same mindset like you'll trade your own personal account or your funded account, like your own funding account where you'll trade 330 and withdraw. Your mindset has to be totally different. Here you're looking at the long run. And risk, don't try to pass it in one trade. It's yes, it can happen, but you can't consistently trade like that because eventually you will either fail the challenge or you'll blow that account once you've passed it. So just be very patient with it, and risk like 0.5%, maximum 1% per trade until, of course, you're in profit. Of course, then you can be a bit more. You can risk a bit more. You know what I mean?
So basically, that 0.5%. What you would do? Would you take that 0.5% and make it 1% once you're in profit? Or
yeah, like once I'm like, for example, if I'm like, let's say $4,000 in profit on a 100K account.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll, of course, like if I see a good trade, because I still got a buffer of 3K. You understand? I still got the buffer of me being in profit. Another thing is when you trading platforms, your first few trades must be extremely careful of, because your psychology when you're in drawdown is something else. Knowing you're in drawdown, as a trader, you want to try your best to come out of it, and that's when you'll cause mistakes. A lot of mistakes happen in that phase. So try to take trades, or your first few trades, be very careful of it, and try to get, just to push you into that profit zone, because then it puts there's less pressure on you once you're in profit, and then from there start building there. But if you take that first loss, sometimes it can just
mess with you.
Yeah, it messes you, and then you just slowly draw down. And it happens to me as well. Even up to now, it happens. It happens. We can't act like we don't take losses. We do take losses, but there's ways that we can try and avoid them to give us the best outcome possible for us as traders.
No, that's beautiful. So I know that you're trading with FTMO, and you've been trading with FTMO for a couple of years now. How much are you trading? How much are you managing or trading at this point?
So I'm currently only trading 225K. I did lose one of my accounts recently, and it goes back to what I was just mentioning, where I was in drawdown. I was just trying to get myself out, and I blew that account. So I will take another account towards the end of the year. But currently 225K is my funding account, but I'm not targeting 10% a month on that. And that's something that you guys need to also, that's very important. That 10%, what's it called, target, it's not realistic to do that consistently, right? Once you pass that account, stop targeting 10%. Target 3 to 4% at max.
Sure.
3 to 4%, and then stop trading. Stop trading. Because the more you trade, you're putting yourself at risk. Stop trading, wait for your payout, then go back in. Make 3%, stop trading, wait for your payout, go back in.
And that's powerful.
Yeah.
People don't get that. I've been having conversations as well with my little brother talking about that. Particularly because think about it. Okay, we're in South Africa. 10% of $225,000 is quite
it's a lot of money. And that's, I'm not even making close to that.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, 100%.
It really is. But then again, also 5% of that
exactly.
is still
a decent lot of money. Exactly.
You see, so I think people are stuck in this place where they want that.
Exactly.
You know, they want to be able to post and be like, yeah, exactly. No, I got the biggest payout.
100%. It's not about that.
That's killing people. People want to be listed on leaderboards.
The best thing to do once you pass the challenge,
yeah.
So once you pass the challenge, let's just say you pass a 100K challenge, all right? The only time the platform will give you your refund is once you make a withdrawal.
Yeah.
They'll add your withdrawal to your amount you paid to buy the challenge back. The reason why they do that, they know once you pass, there's such a high probability that you'll fail, that you won't even get the refund back.
What's the psychology behind that though?
And that's why I tell people, as soon as you pass, you take a trade, even if you make $100, wait, delete your account from your MetaTrader. The reason why, because you're guaranteed a payout, and you're guaranteed your refund.
Okay.
Once you get your refund, then you're like risk-free, you can say, because the amount you paid to get your challenge is back to you, plus your $100, whatever it is back to you. So you can take that money now and buy another challenge, and then you can trade that challenge. Build your prop firm amounts high, and so that you can, in terms of percentage-wise, make a small percentage but still make a lot of money, opposed to trying to take $10,000 and trying to make 100K. No. Yeah. I'd rather have, let's say, 500K in funding, and just every month, even if you take a 200K, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
You understand?
It really
and
is.
In terms of percentage-wise on your account, you're not doing much. Because remember, percentage works both ways. When you make profit, but also when you take losses. It's on both sides. So risk less, but your amount will be more because you got more funding based on the percentage. That's how I attack it.
Yeah, and it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. I think it's just they really need some form of, again, it goes back to the discipline you're talking about as well. You know, people need to be disciplined. The fact of, hey, look, people don't understand, because I think we're so used to, in our industry, especially in SA, to flipping accounts. You know, we're used to making 100%, 200%. So when you talk about 2%, it's like you're swearing at people.
Exactly, 100%. I do enjoy that trading, but also, like as I mentioned, once I make a certain percent on my account, I stop trading, and that's when I'll basically start my daily accounts.
Oh, okay.
So I do trade small accounts, like with my local brokers and stuff, and I enjoy it. But I know my mindset from trading that and my mindset when I'm trading FTM or funded accounts is totally different.
How do you keep the two separate?
I've been doing it for years now, so now it's nothing. But at first it is hard, but now I know once I make that percentage on my funded account, that funded account is my bread and butter basically. I know, okay, I need so much to survive. Once I make this percent, that's how much I'll get. I'm guaranteed this amount of money at the end of the month. I leave it. It's my salary.
Yeah.
The local accounts, small accounts, now that's when I'll try to make my, going out, enjoying money, buying this, buying that.
Yeah.
So you have to keep it separate. You have to keep it separate.
That is true. So, what pairs are you currently trading right now?
So there is pairs that I like. There is pairs that I like that are more likely to trade, but I don't focus on like I am the best at this pair, I'm the best at that pair. I trade what looks good. If the market gives me opportunity on GBPUSD, I'll trade that. If the market gives me an opportunity on AUD, NZD, I'll trade that. I trade what looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So if I don't see an opportunity on GBPUSD based on my strategy, I won't trade it. I'll look for another pair that's giving me a good opportunity, and I'll trade that.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, let's get into your approach to the market. When you open the charts, what's the first thing you're looking for?
So I usually look... so on Mondays, I'll have a brief look at the market, but Tuesdays where I basically really get down into it. And then I'll start from the top. So I got all my USD pairs, all my GBP pairs, all my pairs. So I'll start from the top. I first have a look at the dollar, DXY. It's something people need to get more involved in. Start focusing on it. If you have a look
looking at the dollar,
just the dollar.
The dollar index.
Yeah, DXY, that. If you can trade the dollar, you can trade anything. I trade news based on just that. I don't even look at the other charts. Because if you know how to use the dollar with other stuff, you know more or less what's likely to happen on the other pairs, right? So for example, if I know the dollar's falling, then I know on GBP USD, or I'll know on, let's just say USD JPY. I'll know, okay, cool, I must look for sells on USD JPY. I know I must look for buys on Euro USD. I know I must look for buys on GBP USD, right? So if I see what the dollar is doing, I'll then look at my other pairs, look at which pair is giving me the most confluence, and then from there I'll say, okay, cool, I can see prices retracing on GBP USD, so there's a potential buying opportunity here, so I'll mark it on my chart. So throughout the week, I'll be monitoring it. So there'll be like 5-6 pairs that I'm monitoring for the week, well, with the team, of course, with my team. And we basically have it on our watch list, and then we'll just basically wait for price to come to where we are comfortable entering. So I trade where I want to enter the market. If the market doesn't come to where I want to trade it, I don't take the trade. So I'll have a few that I'll mark out, and then from there, as price approaches my entries, that's when I look to execute.
Yeah. Let's talk about waiting.
Yeah.
You know, because I think waiting is such a big problem for because I know in my early days, you know, when you analyze and you see where you need to enter, but you just like, but it's probably won't even touch it.
Yeah, no, it does happen. It does happen. For me, luckily now that I'm over that now. I'm over that now, so I do wait. However, when I am waiting, you'll find me scalping my indices and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I am keeping myself active. But on my main trades, I know, okay, cool, this is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a year. And I'm very disciplined with that. I'm very, very disciplined. I think majority of my community as well, we are disciplined in that sense, because it's something that we go over day in, day out. We wait for price to come to us. If price comes to us, that's when we enter.
Yeah. What's your trade management strategy like while your trades are open?
So that's a very good question. Every trade won't be exactly the same.
Okay.
In terms of management. For example, if I'm, let's just say, in a GBP USD buy, and I'm in profit, and let's just say I'm 1-to-1 based on my risk. So meaning I risk $500 and I'm in profit of $500. But at that time, I know there's USD news coming out. Then I'll put my stop loss at entry, or I'll take out partial profits. Whereas if there's no news events, I'll continue holding. If there's no rejection candles where wicks are pushing to the upside, I can hold my trades. Whereas if I do see weak rejections, I'll take out partials. So I think every trade is slightly different. I monitor the trade as it's going. But one of the rules that I'm very consistent in is once price, for example, if price is pushing to the upside and it's creating high highs and higher lows, once price reaches that previous high, I will take out partial profits.
Okay.
That's something that I'm very consistent with. And vice versa, if it's in a downtrend creating lower lows, lower highs, once that's my previous low, take out partial profits. Stop loss at entry, and then I'll just trail the stop loss to, of course, see how far the next high will be in an uptrend or the next low will be in a downtrend.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm very consistent with,
For those who don't know, partial profits, you're able to close a certain percentage of your trade.
Yes, 100%.
Your actual running trade and leave it running.
100%, yeah.
Because I think a lot of people aren't really clued up on these things, and it's scary.
It's scary, It's scary, but it goes down to the knowledge and your learning and the time you spend. A lot of the time, people only look at charts around the 25th when they get paid. They blow by the 30th, and by the 1st, there's no one talking about Forex. Till 25th, again, everyone's showing charts. You understand? So that's like a soccer player only going and pitching up for games. Can't be a good soccer player like that. You have to practice, right?
Yeah.
So same thing with the charts. You have to consistently be on your charts, have a look. So when it's time when you have money and you can fund, you know exactly what to expect because you've put in the work. So that's very important. You have to be consistent on your charts.
Yeah, sure. That's powerful. That is powerful. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, you've honestly shared so much in a short space of time. And I was like, hey, man, depending on the conversation, but the conversation is so good and so full of so many nuggets, like here and there, and you're just like putting it all out there.
No,
like, if you guys are missing stuff, it's on you.
Glad.
Okay, so let's actually talk about a trade that you look at right now, and it was your biggest loss.
Mm.
But again, I always tend to tell people I'm not really chasing your biggest amount loss, but I'm just chasing the loss where you felt like, yeah, that day you lost properly.
Yeah, I lost. It was about 260K. I think it was on GBP JPY.
Gee.
Yeah, I took a sell. Everything lined up.
Uh-huh.
But the market went against me and broke structure.
Mm.
But it goes back to what I was saying. After taking so many wins, you become so confident, like, it's going to come back. And what happened was I kept funding that account as price was going against me. Yeah, and it took me out 260K, 260 or 270. Yeah,
was it in one day? Or was it over time?
So I entered today, it went into loss the next day, etc., etc. And I think, it was about 2 days the trade ran, but I continued funding that account. And if I look back, I did the same thing a few days ago, and the trade went my way, but I only made like 25K. So even though I knew what I was doing was incorrect, I just had confidence that no, it'll come back because it's me. It never come back. It never come back.
Yeah.
So your stop loss needs to be where your stop loss needs to be, not based on I have so much of money, I can put it here. No, your stop loss needs to be based on your strategy. Your strategy says if the market breaks this point, your trade's invalid. And once that hits, stay away. Stay away. Don't keep funding that trade. Set reset, wait for your next opportunity, and then take a trade.
Yeah.
Don't take a trade.
And what sounds like the lesson was learned.
Yeah,
correct?
it was definitely. But I took some time off. I took some time off trading once that thing was.
I was about to ask. Like,
I took some time.
What was life after that?
Yeah, I was devastated. And the thing is, I had money like in some savings account, and thank God that it was a notice account, because at that point when I'm 200K down, I'm willing to take this money out now and fund. And had I done that, I would have lost so much more.
Yeah.
So thank God that, that's all I had access to at the time, and I lost everything.
Yeah.
I lost everything.
I think that's also important, limiting the amount of access you have to your own funds.
That's true.
Because I think, especially because I've also been caught in that process where a trade is going against you and just keep funding.
You just keep funding.
And I know, like, it's something switches off.
100%. When you're in that zone, when you're in that mode, it's something else, bro.
Something switches off, and then you just keep going, and you keep funding, and you keep funding, and you only wake up when it's late.
Hey, you wake up when there's nothing. That's when you're like, shit. There's a time when I had so much, I didn't even have to do this. I was only going to lose like 40K. It's fine. I still had so much more. Why did I do this? Because I could have recovered that 40K quick. By that time, it's too late.
Yeah.
Your money's gone, boy. Your money's child.
Gee, and it's just like, yeah, I know I've been there. Honestly, I've been there. I know exactly how it feels to just keep funding. And afterwards, it's all that regret. Those questions, like, why, dude? Like,
and you'll find it now, and that's why I told my community the other day, like you saw, US30 is falling down.
Okay.
And if that thing is falling down, everyone's looking to buy. Do you know how many accounts are blown of people trying to buy?
Yeah.
Stay away or take what the market is. The market's going down, look for sales. Thing is, we're trying to get that sniper entry so we can take a screenshot. And you blow. Yes, 1 or 2 times will come right. You'll post that screenshots, but then you making 3K, but you lost about 10K.
Yeah.
So if you can see it's not working for you, stay away.
Yeah.
Walk away, call a friend, do lunch. But don't continue funding like that and trying to chase something based on you feel it's gonna do this. You'll cry.
Yeah, 100%.
You'll cry.
100%. You speak about structure. Can we just talk about like a little bit about structure, because you talk about market structure. What is market structure?
So people have their different views on what they call market structure. For me, market structure is the direction of the market going holistically.
Yeah.
So I usually look at this on my daily time frame and my 4-hour time frame. So if the market structure is creating higher highs and higher lows, I will only look for buys, because the momentum of the market is pushing up. You want to be swimming with the current. You don't want to be swimming against current, right? If the market's creating lower lows and lower highs, you'll only want to be looking out for sells, because the momentum of the market is pushing down. You want to be trading with momentum. You don't want to be going against it. So that's what I define as my structure. If the market's moving up, wait for my buys. Moving down, wait for the selling opportunities.
Yeah.
So even if the market is moving up and it's at a nice resistance and everything's lining, I'll never take the sell. I'll miss the move. It's fine, because it's not the trade for me. I know when it's my trade, when it's my turn to trade, and that's when I'll trade. Some people make lots of money off it, and that's fine because that's their strategy. That's what works for them. For me, it doesn't work for me, so I'll wait for my turn. And then that's when I'll execute at a support for the buy going up.
Okay. All right. No, that's perfect. What has Forex stand for you? Not Forex, but trading. And what has it done for you?
It's done a lot for me, bro. It's done a lot for me, I think. Like financially, it's done a lot. I'm not saying I'm rich, but I'm comfortable. Of course, I'm still going to get higher in that sense. But it also has given me a lot of time. I'm also able to help people. I don't know where
it's a lot, right?
Yeah, it's like, like a simple thing to just wake up in the morning at whatever time you want. Of course, I don't wake up at whatever time I want, but I mean, if I do, it's fine. I don't have to report to anyone. And just knowing that there's so much of power that you have, just understanding the charts and on your phone, there's so much of power that you can earn so much more than someone that actually has to report to work, to a boss, have a 15-minute lunch break. We're not capped by anything, right? The amount of money we can make is uncapped.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? We can go on holiday. We basically your own boss, and you rely on your own. You rely on yourself. So I don't think there's any other industry that can give you that.
Yeah.
Besides Forex. I don't think there's any other industry.
That is correct. That's correct. No, Marcellino, thank you so much for today. I think, I learned quite a bit, especially because I'm very curious about the prop room space. Because I'm still very young in that sense. So any questions I have, I'm gonna ask. Trust me.
Definitely. Oh, that's good.
I'm just gonna ask for the sake of the people as well, because I know that right now, that is what. It's making sense.
It's making sense. 100%.
It's making sense, and it's just like, I also wanted to make sense for the people watching as well. So I hope if you guys have any other prop firm questions, ask down below. I'll definitely answer. Yeah, definitely answer. Yeah, and I think and thing is, okay, one more thing. So you've been trading your account for how long now? Like.
So overall, I'm currently financed at like 225.
Yes.
The 100K I got for a while.
Yeah.
And then I got 250Ks and I got 125K.
Okay.
I had those for a while.
It's the consistency for me.
But there was times that I didn't take withdrawals for a month.
Oh, yeah?
Where the account was in drawdown. Like last month, I was in drawdown.
Yeah.
But as I said, I don't rush it. When the market gives me opportunity, I'll come up. But when I do make money, of course, I'll cover up for what I need to cover up for. But just be patient with it. Be patient with it. Look at your charts more than you're looking at your MetaTrader. And once you see opportunities, then execute. If you don't see opportunity, leave your MetaTrader. You don't need to be on it.
Yeah, correct.
You don't need to be on it.
That's really impressive, though. It's really impressive because I think I think you mentioned earlier on is that after a person makes the withdrawal, the chances of them the accounts are really high. So just
once you pass, most people they pass. And they fail. They don't ever see a withdrawal. Always even if you make a small percent, as long as you're in profit, you qualify for a withdrawal. Wait for those days. There's a reason they give you that period. Because they know as a trader you're so impatient. You'll never leave that account alone for 14 days. They know that. Remember, they're running a business. They're telling you the rules. They're not a scam. They're telling you how it works. It's up to you now to use that to your knowledge and don't get caught in the trap. Once, just wait for those days. Delete it from your account, from your MetaTrader. Delete that thing. Continue trading your small accounts, flipping your accounts. Wait for that payout. Because then you get your first payout. You'll feel that payout coming from a prop firm. You'll see what it's like. And then your psychology will be like, let me just be more disciplined. Because that time, 4K, 5K, it's coming to my account. Oh, it does work. So then you won't start targeting ridiculous things as well. So just be disciplined with that.
Yeah, that's correct. No, big up. All the best. I think you've also unlocked a new level for me. But like I said, it's that consistency for me. especially being able to withdraw from a single account time after time and time again.
100%.
That is impressive.
Yeah, it is. And also, as I mentioned, don't target 10%. 2-3% on account is fine. 2-3%. Remember, on 100K, 2% is $2,000. $2,000 is like 40K.
I mean, that's good money right there.
It's good money. So it must be realistic. Those nice things are nice. Those 5 Ferraris and stuff, they're very nice. But how realistic is it for every trader to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's levels. Just do it in levels. Eventually, we'll all get there.
No, that's true. That's great.
Eventually, we'll all get there.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for the conversation.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate so much. Actually, we met in a very funny way. I just want to tell the story before. So we're actually from. Can I mention where your hood is? Yeah, you're from. We met in Boxback on the road actually, because we were driving, and then my brother and I were in the car. So we look to the right, so we see a car there. We see some branding on it. So we're just like, yo, open the window now.
Yeah. And I'm like, who the hell is these guys?
That was great. And then we just stopped and we just had like a really quick chat. It was a really quick chat. But yeah, we're here now today and
sorted it out, definitely.
100%. No, thank you so much.
Thanks, my bro.
Wish you all the best moving forward with all your ventures, especially the trading as well.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any plans to add to that? Sorry, I keep remembering stuff. Do you have any plans to add to the 225, or do you think?
Definitely 100%. As in, the more I add, the less I need to make for the more payout I need. I want to add. I definitely want to add. And I'll continue adding. But of course, I look at the market, like where the dollar is currently. As I mentioned, I look at the dollar a lot. The dollar is in a retracement phase, meaning it's pushing to the downside. I generally do better when the dollar's bullish.
Okay.
So once I start to see the dollar start making some bullish moves, then I'll purchase another account and start pushing again. So I just keep on adding. So I'll buy 100K, as I mentioned, wait for the payout, take that same money, buy another 100K, provided I pass though, and I'll keep doing that until I have a decent amount. But I'll never stop.
That's where you should not stop.
I'll never stop, but
thank you so much.
Thanks, Maji. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was another installment of Market Masters with myself, Nqobile Tembane. I'll see you guys same time, same place next week, and we're out.